So because it's such a basic requirement for us to live within a society amongst each other and have relationships, what do we do when we come across times in which those relationships have been frayed, and how do we make them better?
So one of the many cool things that happened in India, I went to the Himalayas for 9 days at the end of my stay. And while I was there, I was writing. So I sing in a band and I write most of the lyrics. And I just, most of the time, these things come to me. I don't sit and think about it. So I was just writing, and then lyrics to a song called "You'll Always Be My Friend." They just came, and it's a song about how there are people who may fight with each other, and hurt each other, and eventually they learn how to forgive, and in happiness live. So the lyrics go, "Though we may have fought, and pain was sold and bought, the hurt won't be forgot. I choose to forgive, and in happiness live. Oh, I promise I'll never leave you, no matter how bad it gets. The pain will be met with love from above. From now till the end, you'll always be my friend." So, and then there's two more verses, but that's the essence of the song. So, there's a scene in 24. 24, you know 24, the show? Did you watch 24?
I do not watch 24.
Okay.
I don't watch TV.
It's a fun show. It's a fun show. I like the show, right? So in season 1, the main guy is after Jack Bauer because Jack signed on to some raid or something that killed his wife. This guy is some guy from some other country, right?
Okay.
And he's just hell-bent on getting back at Jack Bauer, the main character.
Okay.
And he doesn't care as much about... He wants to hurt Jack as badly as he was hurt. So it happens, spoiler alert, I recommend you watch 24, this is a spoiler alert from the last episode of the first season. He kills Jack's wife. Completely unexpectedly. No one knew this was going to happen. The wife was the main character in the show, actually. So I said to my friend, how are they going to have the show keep going? And he's like, just have the show without the wife. And there are like 9 more seasons. So anyway, when you have a pain within yourself based on something that you've lost, especially if it was literally taken from you, there is a natural revenge-based reaction to inflict upon the person that has done it, sort of like an eye for eye type of justice. The issue with that, as Mahatma Gandhi said, an eye for an eye makes the whole world go blind. There's always something that you could have done that I'm going to be very upset about. There's always something that I may perceive you've done through my own mind, which may or may not be totally true, that I may never forgive you for. When you talk about relationships that get frayed, it's extremely common in every relationship for these things to happen, especially the more closely you're involved with each other. It's important to be able to know, to understand what's been lost and let it go. Understand what the attachment internally was and let that attachment drop. Because when the attachment drops, the attachment for the thing itself goes away. The pain associated with the thing you've lost goes away also. There's a fundamental aspect of trust, not just with person to person, but trust within life, that the ways in which you're changing are going for the better. Everybody loses at the end, right? You lose, the longer you live, the more people are in your life that leave your life or die, and you can't get them back, right? I experienced this with my dad. He died when I was 25 last year. I never thought it would happen, experientially. It happened, right? And there's no changing it, right? To look at loss as something that, even if you didn't choose it, no one chooses loss. To look at loss as something that is there to progress you is a powerful thing. And therein lies the power to end all of the revenge-based mentalities, all of the pain you seek to inflict on others, all of the bad decisions you may make that you cannot then take back, that make it increasingly harder to take back, right? Because when you have a lot of anger and stuff inside, that's one thing. When you act on it, against somebody else, you've now done something real. And now the idea of forgiveness becomes more necessary and much, 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 much harder. It's easier to just distance and divorce than it is to come together. But the more dysfunctional and the worse people treat each other, the more that shows a necessity to be able to accept loss. It's not to seek it. Nobody does or should seek it. That's not healthy. It's not normal or natural. But loss is natural. Accept it. Move on. Choose to forgive, and in happiness live.